basketball. Psychoanalysis. Saving Houston.
Okay. Hello, good evening, everyone. Is my voice clear and audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
All right. Thank you, Chanda. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. So today we are going to start with the POPQ classification. Okay. Try to keep a pencil or a pen and a paper with you because you will be solving it with me, so that it's easier for you all to understand. Okay. So what is POPQ classification? It's basically the pelvic organ prolapse quantification exam, which is used to quantify, describe, and stage the pelvic supports. So we have 6 points that we are going to measure at the vagina in relationship or with respect to the hymen. So before I move ahead, so points above the hymen are negative in number and points below the hymen are positive in number. So remember, if I consider this as a hymen, if this is a hymen, H, so above will be negative numbers and below will be all the numbers below the hymen, all the numbers will be positive. Okay. So we have in total, we have 9 points that we need to know. But in this, few of the points, they are fixed, like the genital hiatus, perineal body, total vaginal length, they are the fixed points. And these 6 points, we have to measure them. This anterior wall, AA, BA, C, either it is going to be the cervix or it is going to be the vaginal cuff. Vaginal cuff in cases of wall prolapse, post-hysterectomy, or if there's no hysterectomy, then it will be cervix will be there. C will stand for cervix. Then on the posterior wall, we have AP and BP on the posterior wall. And D stands for the posterior fornix, which will be present if a patient does not have hysterectomy done. But if the patient is being hysterectomized, that is after post-hysterectomy, this D will not be present. Am I clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So if you look here with me, I'll take my point. So if you look here with me, this is the hymen, which is marked with the gray line. Now I've marked it with the A line. So this is AA point, and this is on the opposite wall. If A is the anterior wall, and this P is the posterior wall. This is small a stands for anterior wall, and this is small p, it stands for posterior wall. So AA is the distance in between the hymen up to this mark. And the remaining length of the anterior vaginal wall is the distance from AA up to the point C, which can either be cervix or it can be vaginal cuff. So in between the distance is known as remaining part on the anterior wall. Can we have everyone muted, please? Yes, thank you so much, everyone. So if you look here, this BA is the remaining part in between, distances in between AA to the vaginal cuff or cervix. This remaining part is known as the BA, which is the distance on the anterior wall, but it is in between AA to the point C. So same goes on the posterior wall again. So AP, it is the distance from the hymen to a fixed point that we call as AP. And the remaining distance between A and up to the mark C will be on the posterior wall. That is called the distance on the posterior wall, which is in between AP up to the point C. And this point D means that the patient is not there is no hysterectomy done for the woman. It indicates if there will be hysterectomy done, D point will not be present here. You can see in this example, the D point is not present. Only the C point is there. If the D point is absent, it means that the patient has had hysterectomy done, and now the staging will only be the staging of vault prolapse, which can either be prolapse on the anterior wall, it can be prolapse on the posterior wall, or it can be either complete prolapse.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
the BA and BP, these 2 points, it's not clear to me. Highest point from the hymen or urethra?
Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you in the next slide. It's there more clearly. Okay. So this is just the same revision, that this is the hymen. This part is the hymen. That is the blue line I've marked. Above points are negative, and below the hymen, all the numbers will be positive. Now, all measurements that we are going to take or we measure, except the total vaginal length, are measured at the maximum Valsalva maneuver. Now, this is the point which is showing that in the Valsalva, the total vaginal length will not be measured. Apart from total vaginal length, all the points will be measured. AA, BA, AP, BP, C, D will be measured. Now, what is AA? It is the anterior vaginal wall, 3 centimeter proximal to the hymen. And what is the range of this point? AA, it will start from -3 up to +3. So any number which is in between -3, -2, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3 will be AA. If you look here, this is the hymen. This is the hymen, and this point is AA. That means it is proximal to the hymen. This distance is going to be, the maximum distance can be -3 from -3 to +3. Because -3 means that it is going in the upward direction, +3 means it will go downwards. Because below the hymen means +3. Now, what is BA? It is the most distal position of the remaining upper anterior vaginal wall. And now, what is the length of this remaining part? It is going to be -3 from -3 to plus TVL. Because TVL length is not fixed. It can vary. But if I consider, for example, the length of TVL is 8 centimeter. So the range will become -3 to 8 centimeter. This is going to be the range. If I take the total TVL length to be as as 10, then the range will be from -3 to 10 centimeter. So this is how the BA point is not fixed. It changes according to the length of the TVL. So if you look here, this is the point BA, which is marked, and it is the distance more than from AA, extending from AA up to the point C. This whole distance is known as the BA point. Now what is C? It is going to be either the cervix or it is going to be the vaginal cuff scar. This point you can see here. This point, if you can see here, this represents the cervix or it is going to be the vaginal cuff scar. But in this case, it is the cervix because you can see here the D. And you can more clearly see here, it is AA and the whole distance in between AA to C is BA. Now comes D. D is the posterior fornix, or we can also call it pouch of Douglas. It will not be present or it will not be there if the patient is hysterectomy, post-hysterectomy. It will not be present. Now D can either be posterior fornix or it can be called as pouch of Douglas. Now what does this D represent? It represents that it is the level of uterosacral ligament. That is the point of attachment to the posterior cervix. It may be difficult to find if the patient has a suspensory problem or there's a problem with the suspensory of the ligaments failure, or sometimes the cervix is elongated. So in that case, the point D may vary. But these are the very exceptional cases that happens. If there will be no cervix, there will be no D. So you can see here, this is the D point, which is either the posterior fornix or the pouch of Douglas. Now what is AP? P, small p stands for the posterior wall. So it is similar to AA. The only difference is that this AP is on the posterior wall and this AA is on the anterior wall. So the length is similar, that is, it is posterior vaginal wall will be 3 centimeter proximal to the hymen. The range is also similar, -3 to +3 centimeter to +3. And it will, all the ranges will be in centimeter. So if you look here, AA, and this is opposite on the posterior wall, it is AP. Now we have BP. It is the most distal portion of the remaining upper posterior vaginal wall. The range is also similar from -3 to plus TVL. So TVL, if we take TVL to be 10, so it is going to be -3 till +10 centimeter. Or if the TVL is 7 centimeter, so it is going to be from -3 till +7 centimeter.
Ma'am,
why
this point,
TVL is,
yes, ma'am. Previously,
Sorry?
it was on the anterior wall. It was 8 centimeter, and how 10 or 7?
No, look, TVL length is not fixed. The length of the total vagina is different for me, is different for you, is different for anyone else. So it is not fixed. In the question, they will give you that the total length of vagina is this. I'm giving an example. My was example that if the total vaginal length is 8 centimeter, so the range will be from -3 to +3, +8 centimeter. So total vaginal length is not fixed.
and for total vaginal length, the sign is always plus.
Yes, usually it is, in most of the cases, yes, it is plus. Yeah, it is plus for total
If it is
vaginal.
completely prolapsed, then it is plus. If it is not prolapsed, it is in its own position, then it is minus.
Yeah, then it is going, then it is going to be no prolapse, because everything is in normal position. Then it's not going to be a prolapse.
That means it is coming from the two opposite ends. It can vary from +8 to -8.
Yes.
-8 is normal position,
Yeah.
and +8 for the complete prolapse.
Yeah, it's the complete prolapse. Exactly. +8 will be the complete prolapse. It can be +7 or it can be -7, whatever the length of total vagina is. It is not fixed number.
Normally TBL -2.
No, I'm not saying TVL -2 anything. I did not say anything about TVL -2. I will go there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, how this 10 will come?
No, 10 is not. 10 I have taken as an example. If I take the length of the total vagina is 6 centimeter. So it is
Yes, ma'am.
depending. So it's not fixed. The length of the vagina we have, it will be mentioned in the question that what is the length of the vagina.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am. Okay.
So this is BP, AP, and on the posterior wall it is going to be BP. Now what is genital hiatus? It is the measured point from the middle of the external urethral meatus to posterior midline of the hymen. But this point does not affect our staging. So we don't have to get worried from this point. This genital hiatus, perineal body, they are the fixed points. They will not change. So, and it is not going to affect our staging. So we don't need to worry about these points. But we just need to remember that from where do we measure? We measure it from the middle of the external urethral meatus to the posterior midline of hymen.
But the genital hiatus will definitely increase in case of complete prolapse. No? Normal genital hiatus is 2.5 centimeter. But
Yes,
when there is a
it will.
complete prolapse, it will be the genital
Yes.
hiatus and this perineal body, they are inversely proportional. If
Exactly.
genital hiatus is more, perineal body is more.
Yes, it will increase, but it will not affect your staging because in the staging there's nothing mentioned.
But
Yes,
it will give you some idea that the genital hiatus has increased means this lady is experiencing the prolapse, or the perineal body is shortened means the lady is experiencing prolapse, repeated
But-
childbirth.
Yeah, that is true. I agree with you. But in point of staging, we don't have any relationship either with genital hiatus or perineal body. When we follow,
That is middle part, middle row is irrespective of the staging. It is just
yes,
gives you the overall
exactly.
idea.
Yeah, it's just for the overall idea. These 3 points, yeah. Now, what is perineal body? It is measured from the posterior margin of genital hiatus to the middle of anal opening. So you can see here, this is the perineal body, which we are going to measure it from the posterior margin of genital hiatus to the mid of the anal opening. Now, total vaginal length, it is the depth of vagina when point D or C is reduced to normal position. Because all the points we measure in maximum Valsalva maneuver, but total vaginal length is not measured in Valsalva maneuver. It is measured when everything is reduced to its normal position. Now you can see here in this picture that what total vaginal length is, starting from the hymen up to the point C. Now what is the stage 0? Okay, let me take my pointer around. So stage 0 means that there is no prolapse. So it means that AA, that is A point on the anterior wall, A point on the posterior wall, the remaining length of the vagina on anterior wall, the remaining length of vagina on the posterior wall, it is going to be -3 centimeter. And point C or D will be less than or equal to TVL -2. So it means now Chanda, your thing comes that TVL -2 or X -2. So if I consider that TVL is 8 centimeter, so 8 - 2 becomes 6. So length of C or D will be 6 centimeter. So stage 0 is a condition in which there is no prolapse. It will be ranging from -3 centimeter and the length of C or D will be TVL -2.
Ma'am, this -2, it is the measurement of posterior fornix. I am right?
No, 2 centimeter, it is this gap, this distance. Yeah, this is the posterior fornix. This gap is
From cervix, point of cervix to depth of posterior
Posterior
fornix. This
fornix.
gap
Yes,
is the 2
yes,
centimeter.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what is the stage 1? Stage 1 is definitely, there is going to be some prolapse in stage 1. So it says that it is stage 0 criteria is not met and the leading edge is going to be less than -1 centimeter. So what does it mean? Can anyone tell me?
The leading edge is means -1 centimeter means this here the point A of the anterior wall should be in the -3 centimeter. Should be 3 centimeter proximal to the hymen. That has come down to -1 centimeter means the point A is right 1 centimeter proximal to the hymen.
Yes, exactly. If I take the, let's suppose, for example, if we take the length of the vagina, total length of the vagina
It
is
means
8. Yes, Paras?
that the most distal point of prolapse is more than 1 centimeter from the hymen.
Yes.
Stage
Or
1.
if, yes, stage 1. Or we can say it in simple words like this also. Where's my pointer? Like if I suppose that the length, for example, we suppose that the length of the vagina is 8 centimeter. So it is going to be the distance in between 8 to -1 centimeter. Less than -1 centimeter. Am I correct? Am I correct here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this means that stage 1 is, if we, let's suppose if we take the total vaginal length as 7 centimeters. So it is going to be the distance from -7 to less than -1 centimeter. This is going to be stage 1. So if you see here, this is small distance that has come down from the hymen, that up a small, very minimal centimeter, -1 centimeter is going to be stage 1. Now, what is the stage 2? So stage 2 is going to be leading edge is equal to more than or equal to -1 centimeter, but less than or equal to +1 centimeter. So to be very simplified, I will say it like this. Any distance in between -1 up to +1 centimeter is going to be stage 2. Is it correct? To be very
Yes,
simplified,
ma'am.
that what is the stage 2? From -1 in between 0 will come and then +1. So -1, 0 and then +1 is going to be stage 2. So if
Ma'am,
you
any
see,
leading edge, leading edge within
Hmm.
-1 centimeter to within +1 centimeter. That is -1 centimeter above and +1 centimeter below the
below,
hymen.
yes, is going to be stage 2. So anything, if we look this, if this is the hymen, anything above or anything 1 centimeter below will be stage 2. Now what is the stage 3? Leading edge is more than 1 centimeter, is more than +1 centimeter, but less than tibial -2 centimeter. So what, for simplify, how can I say it? Anything more than +1, tibial -2. If we suppose tibial as 8, so tibial 8 -2 becomes 6. So anything in between +1 to +6 centimeter, it becomes stage 3. If we take tibial as 10 centimeter, so anything in between +1, more than +1 to 8 centimeter, +8 will be stage 3. Is that clear?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, good. So anything which is +1, more than +1 centimeter, but less than TVL -2 is going to be stage 3. So anything which goes down, because now the range is in plus, so all the things will go below the hymen. So TVL -2, it's going to go down. This is going to be stage 3. Now what is the stage 4? It is going to be anything which is more than stage 3. More than a stage 3, sorry, which is anything which is more than a stage 3 is going to be a stage 4. So if we think that a stage 3 was, if it was in between +1 to +6 centimeter, is going to be a stage 3. So in between, so if it becomes 7 or 8 centimeter, this is going to be stage 4. So TVL, if it is 8 centimeter -2, it becomes 6 centimeter. So anything which is 6 centimeter or more than 6 centimeter is going to be stage 4. So again, to summarize the staging, that stage 0 is normal, in which points AA, AP, BA and BP, they are all at -3 centimeter, and C or D will be less than or equal to X or TVL is the same thing, is going to be -2. 8 -2 will become 6 centimeter. So whatever the length of vagina is, you -2 from it. It will become as stage 0. So stage 0 means no prolapse. Stage 1 means less than -1 centimeter from above the hymen. That is, the leading edge of prolapse is less than -1 centimeter. Now what is the stage 2? It is going to be +1 or -1 centimeter. As we already discussed, that stage 2 is anything which is in between -1 to +1 is going to be stage 2. So stage 2 is very simple to remember, -1 to +1. And stage 3 and stage 4, it is more than 1 centimeter to complete prolapse, when total vaginal length will be -2 centimeter. So this is going to be stage 4. Now, if you look here in this diagram, what happens in the question, they ask you in the exam, till now in the exam, they have not asked any question related to this POPQ classification. But when we are solving the books like Ankita, Andrew Caesar, Andrew Caesar and Janesh Gupta, they have the questions from it. And also few of the questions are there from the strategy. Only I think 1 or 2 questions are there from the strategy as well. So when we solve here, so your first step, so in the exam, you will always be given this grid. This diagram will not be present in the exam. Only the grid is there for you to be understand and to answer the question correctly. Never this diagram is it. So you don't look at the diagram. I've just made it so that you are able to understand it clearly here. So for now, don't look at the diagram, just look at this grid. So you can see here that it is AA, it is BA, it is C, it is GH, that is genital hiatus, PB is perineal body. Total vaginal length is given to be as 8 centimeter. AP is given, BP is given, but the point D is missing. You can see the point D is absent. So that means this classification will be post-hysterectomy classification, that
Ball
is
prolapse.
ball prolapse. So your first step in the grid is to look at whether the point D is present or not present. It is present or it is absent, because it will tell you that it is prolapse of the uterus or the organs, or it is post-hysterectomy prolapse. Is it clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? Yeah. Okay. So now we'll come to the anterior vaginal wall, that is AA and BA. So what is there any prolapse on anterior vaginal wall? Because it is from -3 to
No,
-3
ma'am.
No prolapse.
No prolapse
No
on the
prolapse.
anterior wall. Yeah, excellent. There is no prolapse on the anterior wall. Okay. But if you look at the C point, is there any prolapse on C point?
No.
Because C, no prolapse on the C point. That means there's no prolapse of the vaginal cuff or the apical prolapse. No anterior wall prolapse, no vaginal cuff prolapse or apical prolapse. Now we'll come to the posterior wall. So what is there any prolapse on the posterior wall?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Grade
Values are
Grade 3
plus.
prolapse.
Second degree.
Yes. So what stage will you classify it?
Stage
Mm,
3 posterior
Stage
prolapse after
Stage 3.
hysterectomy.
Three.
Stage 3.
Stage 3.
Stage 3. Yes. Excellent. You all are correct. That is a stage 3 prolapse, posterior prolapse. So can anyone now explain me?
See, the point A is more than +1, plus 1 centimeter. So it is straight away going into by bringing you that it is beyond stage 2. So beyond stage 2 means it is stage 3. Now to classify between the stage 3 and stage 4. So if you go to the BP point is also coming down, and that is +5. +5 means it is less than, if we consider total vaginal length is 8.
No,
So
you don't
minus-
consider. It is written here. Total vaginal
Yeah.
length is 8 centimeters.
It
It's
is
8.
less than 6.
So it is less than 6. So when it is less than 6, so it is less than stage 4. So it is between stage 2 and stage 4. So it is a stage 3 prolapse of the posterior wall, and it is a wall prolapse, or it is a post-hysterectomy wall prolapse.
Post-hysterectomy, posterior wall prolapse.
Stage
there's
3.
Yeah, stage 3, posterior wall prolapse.
Posterior
Because
compartment.
or posterior compartment, you can say. Because we have to classify it, whether it is anterior wall, it is posterior wall prolapse, or it is apical prolapse. We classify it.
Yes, it is a posterior compartment, posterior wall prolapse, and at the same time you see this, the genital hiatus is more and the perineal body is less. It is also
Yes.
supporting the same thing.
Yeah, it is supporting, but it has no relationship with our staging. If you don't see it, if these points are absent, then still you will be able to answer your question.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
this one question. This
Hmm.
+5, please explain it again. +5.
Yes, okay. So what is the stage 2? You tell me, Chanda.
In the leading edge is
Hmm.
within -1 centimeter and +1 centimeter.
So it means it is more than stage 2?
Yeah, that
It is-
a point I can understand.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Then
the
yeah.
BP is
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah,
BP.
why BP is confusing for you? Look, now if you -8 -2, because in a stage 4, what it was, that it is going to be TVL more than TVL -2. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
this pointer is not. So TVL is 8 centimeter. 8 -2 becomes,
6.
so there is no option like 6 here. It is 5 and it is 2.
Okay, less than 4.
Less
That's
than
why-
4 and more than 2.
Yes.
So what it becomes?
Then 3.
3.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Clear?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay, so is it clear till here for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all right, great. So your first step is, I'll just quickly summarize it. Your first step is to find out point D, whether point D is present or it is absent. If it is present, it means that it is post-hysterectomy. If it is absent, it means it is post-hysterectomy. If it is present, it means that the uterus is intact. Then we need to see on the anterior wall, is there any prolapse on the anterior wall? Then we need to see, is there any prolapse of the apical? C, that is vaginal cuff prolapse. And then we need to see on the posterior wall. Okay, so who is going to tell me here the prolapse of grade A?
Ma'am, it's 4th degree.
It's 4th degree. Okay, can you explain us why?
Ma'am, the anterior vaginal wall is plus 3 centimeter.
Hmm.
And the posterior is more than 6. It is plus 8.
Hmm.
And it is a hysterectomized patient.
Yes,
And-
excellent, excellent. Yeah, you're very correct. It is complete eversion or it is a stage 4 prolapse.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
Exact. And same for the posterior wall, plus 3 and plus 8
Yeah,
centimeter.
plus 8. Yeah, both there's prolapse of the anterior wall, there's prolapse of the posterior wall as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
But this is also a wall prolapse.
Yes, this is a wall prolapse because D point is absent. Complete wall prolapse.
Ma'am, in B grade, it's normal. There is no problem.
Sorry, what, Paras? I didn't get you.
In B grade,
No, we are talking about grade A. Grade A. See only grade A only. Now don't see for grade B. After this, we will talk about grade B. Is grade A clear? This one.
yes,
Okay.
clear.
Okay. So who is going to tell for grade B? Grade B. Who is going to answer?
You mean to
I
say
will
not
first-
grade B, but this is the grade, this is the B table. B table is the normal figure.
Okay, you said Dr. Bhaskar says it that there is no prolapse in grade B.
No, there's
this B.
something problem in genital hiatus and
Look,
perineal
genital
Genital hiatus
hiatus,
is normal.
genital hiatus
It's
and
normal.
postperineal.
It's normal.
There is no point of
No
considering.
prolapse.
Yes, never
All the
ever.
values are in minus.
Yes, excellent, Paras.
And intact uterus.
Yes, and the uterus is intact also. So there is no descent in this. And for the staging, what I will suggest, never go for genital hiatus or perineal body because they are just going to confuse you. Your first step is to just see the point D, whether it is present or absent. Then go for anterior wall, go for posterior wall, go for the apical. Make it simple. No need for genital hiatus and posterior perineal body because in some of the questions you will not be given these values. Okay, so now let's practice. Who is going to take the first one? Okay, now everyone is going to answer all these questions in the chat box except for the one who is answering loudly. Okay, who is going to take the first question?
I will.
Okay, Paras, go ahead.
Which point on the POPQ scoring system correspond to the posterior vaginal wall?
Your
It's-
question is starts from here. A 70-year-old woman.
Okay. A 70 years old woman present with constipation and a sensation of a vaginal lump. Examination reveals a rectocele. Which point on POPQ scoring system correspond to posterior vaginal wall? Posterior vaginal wall AP.
Okay, let's. And for others, they all agree with her, Paras. Or is there any other answer for anyone? All agree with Paras. She's saying right. Is Paras correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Yes,
Paras
yes,
is correct.
correct.
Okay. Let's see. Paras is correct. Yes, Paras. Please read the explanation for us.
Explanation: the pelvic organ prolapse quantification system is based measuring the distance between two specific points for each compartment in addition to the length of vagina, genital hiatus as well as the perineal body. Point AP is 3 cm proximal to the hymen on the posterior vaginal wall.
Yes.
Actually, the confusing point is the D, point D, but the point D is not on the vagina. It is on the pouch of Douglas, or it is a
Yes.
point of Douglas.
Exactly.
So the point D has to be excluded.
Exactly. Very right.
And BP and D also has to be excluded. BP is the
But
almost the
BP is
distal
not
most
here.
point,
But
but
BP
BP
is
is
not
not
here
here.
in the
Yeah.
option. So okay. Who is going to take the next one?
Me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Mrs. XY is 70 years old. She present to the gynecology specialist nurse with the complaint to feeling a bulge her vagina. She has had a THBSO 15 years ago, which point correspond to the vaginal vault, cuff scar on the Q, pelvic organ prolapse quantification system. Which point correspond to the vaginal vault? C.
Thanks. You all
It's a
agree?
C.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, she is very right that point C is the part most mucilage on the cervix, or it is a vaginal cuff scar. Okay. Who is going to take the next question?
Chanda.
Okay, Chanda. So these are the options. This is the question for you.
A 58-year-old multiparous Caucasian presents with pelvic heaviness and the sensation of something protruding from the vagina. Symptoms worsen after prolonged physical exertion such as lifting or standing. Increasingly, she is experiencing difficulty in emptying her bladder, and she needs to reduce the bulge with her fingers in order to empty her bladder. She doesn't have urinary leakage of any type, including leakage during physical exercise. On pelvic examination, her POCU measurements are
Now take a
class.
paper. Chanda, stop here. Take a paper,
Okay.
pencil or a pen, and make a grid and mark all these points. And every one of you, please do it and answer for me in the chat box.
Class 3.
Take your time, but answer it
Okay.
correctly.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
in anterior compartment
Hmm.
is stage 3 prolapse,
Hmm.
and posterior compartment stage 1 prolapse.
Okay. Stage 3 in the anterior compartment, stage 1 in the posterior compartment. Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other different answers from this?
Anterior compartment prolapse in a hysterectomized woman, grade 3 or stage 3.
And
Posterior compartment, there is no prolapse.
okay, you're saying posterior compartment, no prolapse. So we have two answers now till here. Stage 3 in anterior walls prolapse, and for the posterior wall stage 1 and stage 0 prolapse. Any other different answers? Or everyone is agreeing with Dr. Bhaskar and Dr. Chanda? Stage 4 and stage 4. Okay, Saira is saying stage 4 cystocele and stage 1 rectocele. Paras is also saying stage 4. Okay, now let's come to the key. So okay, Chanda, what will you select from these?
Mine is D.
You're saying, Chanda, you're saying it's D.
Ma'am,
No, ma'am, it's Uzma. I'm saying Chand.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, you're saying it's D. Paras is saying J. That is stage 3, cystocele and cervical descent. And what about Chanda? Chanda, we are waiting for you.
yeah, ma'am, may J.
You're
No,
also
sorry.
saying,
There is no
Stage
cervix
3.
here.
Sorry, I have missed.
I'll go
take
for
your
K.
time.
Mainly cystocele.
I'll go for K.
Mainly
You'll go
anterior
for K.
wall. K.
K. Chanda, you will also go for K.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now let's see the correct answer.
Mainly cystocele.
Why? Now explain.
Ma'am, as the leading edge is more than plus 1 centimeter, that is stage 3. And in posterior wall, though the BP is -2, but AP is -3. That's why no prolapse in posterior wall.
Yes, there is no prolapse. So why you said at the beginning that there's prolapse? Because anything on the posterior or -3 till +3.
Because ma'am, when there is no prolapse, then all 4 points are -3.
-3 to +3 centimeter in between. It is going to be stage 1. No, it is going to be in stage 1.
In stage 0, AP and all 4 points in anterior 2 and posterior 2, all 4 are -3 from the hymen.
Yes.
But in this question, the posterior wall, the BP is not -3, but it is -2. That's why I am having a little bit confusion. But
if you see, it is going to be a very minimal, very small prolapse.
Negligible.
Yeah, something which is very negligible.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Who is going to take the next one? Serish, would you like to take?
Doctor, I have joined so late. I don't know. I'm just going with you people, what you're trying to solve.
Okay, no problem. Okay, who is going to take? Pumni, would you take?
Ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Who is going to take?
Ma'am, I can take Uzma.
All right. Okay, Uzma, yeah, please, sure. Yes.
A 60-year-old para 4 postmenopausal woman is complaining of a lump in her vagina, which has been there for the last year. On pelvic examination, her POPQ measurements are AA plus 1, BA plus 3, C plus 3, GH4, PV3, TBL8, APO, PPO, or D4. On bimanual examination, no masses are found and the uterus is of normal size.
So make a grid on a paper, and then all of you please answer it.
Ma'am, options.
So first you tell me what prolapse you are saying.
Ma'am, on an anterior wall, it is second degree prolapse, and on posteriorly it is I'm also second degree.
Okay. So I'll give you the now options. Others, please answer in the chat box. I want to see all your answers.
Ma'am, it can be K or N.
So what you are going to mark?
Confused.
Confused.
J. J.
Okay, we have
Ma'am,
answer.
N.
N. Okay, we have answer as N. We have answer as J. Any other options?
Ma'am, stage 2.
Sorry, ma'am, it's
Stage.
N.
N.
P.
Yes, ma'am.
N is also stage 2. P is also stage 2.
Yes, ma'am. It's same.
No, but N says that it is mainly cystocele and cervical descent. But P does
But
not
here,
say.
anterior and posterior both are stage 2. That's why it is stage 2.
Okay. So let's
It is stage 2.
Okay, this is stage 2. Okay, let's see the. Usma, so you're going to read the answer for us, okay?
J.
Yes.
Main cystocele and cervical descent.
Yeah, now you explain us why.
Okay.
Now you explain us why.
They're not mentioning anything about the posterior wall, but posterior wall is also prolapsed.
Yes.
Posterior wall is also prolapsed.
Yes.
Because the leading edge is at the level of the hymen, 0. Both the highest point and the point A, B, point A and B at the level of the hymen. So it is definitely prolapse.
Yes, it is a prolapse, but it is a very minimal prolapse.
See, the problem is, this is the problem here. There is prolapse. If you ignore these things, then they will say, okay, you have ignored this thing.
This is not, I have not made the question. The book has made the question.
I'm not saying you, but I'm saying the people, those who are framing this question and framing the answers, they keep all these sort of things. There is a prolapse, so there should be a mention of the posterior prolapse.
Yes,
But if somebody
exactly.
ignored this, they will say you have ignored.
Yeah,
This is the problem.
exactly. So why it is a cervical prolapse, cervical descent?
Ma'am, it's +3. It should be
Point C is in +3 position. It is out.
Yes.
Cervix is
Yes.
out.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
that is
ma'am.
why. Exactly. That is cervix is down. Plus means it is below the hymen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who is going to take the next one? Okay, Dr. Bhaskar, would you take the next one?
Give me.
Okay, it goes for you.
The 50 years old Caucasian multiparous woman referred to a gynecologist by a GP due to mild intravaginal prolapse, and during routine pap smear for routine examination for pap smear, the patient is sexually active and entirely asymptomatic. On pelvic examination or POPQ, A is, this is -3 or +3?
-3. -3.
-3, -3, -6. So anterior wall is clear. GH is 4.5 and this is TVL is 8. AP is +2, so it is a posterior wall. BP is +5 and D is not known. So it is a posterior wall prolapse with the hysterectomized patient. Now +2 means it is a second degree posterior vaginal wall prolapse.
Okay, so I'll give you the options. Choose from here.
Achha. +2 means second degree posterior wall prolapse. Second degree. Where is the second degree? Stage 2. Only uterine descent, anterior wall and posterior, mainly systole, as stage 3, mainly posterior wall prolapse.
Ma'am, it's B.
B.
You're saying
B.
it's B. B. Okay. Everyone is with B. Okay. So let's see. Yes, you are correct. It's B.
Just keep this slide for a second.
Which one? This
I
one?
want that answer slide, just keep for
Okay,
a
answer.
second.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. No, answer slide, not the choice slide, the answer of this question.
Okay, you want to see the
I
answer?
want to take that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is important. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yes, it's a very simple slide explaining that it is going to be -2.
Everything in one slide, yeah.
Yes,
-1
a
plus
very
10
summarized slide.
plus centimeter, -1 to the more than 3 centimeter, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what we need to remember.
Yes, exactly. The main chunk is this. You need to
Yes.
understand what the points are, but then you need to only remember this part only. That is the relationship with the hymen.
Stage 4 is 2 minus 1 plus 3. Stage 3 is up to 1 centimeter.
Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No any further questions?
A lot of questions, but let's
Mhm.
see.
Yeah, please do post it. I never see any of the questions being posted by you.
See, I have been reading, and now I am revising the benign gynecology part. I am skimming everything, dividing facts separately, figures separately, and summarizing every guidelines.
That's really good.
Summarizing every guidelines means all the NICE guidelines and GTT guidelines on benign gynecology module, separating the figures, separating the facts.
Yes, excellent. Oh,
So
one
at the
thing I
last
can
moment-
also say, yeah. You can
So at
take
the last moment I can read.
Exactly. At the last moment, you will revise all these and take
Because-
yeah. Say. Sorry. I'm interrupting you in between. Continue, please.
No, that is what I've been doing. I'm doing like this. This whole September I planned for this because my exam is not going to happen on this 29th of September.
Okay.
And
Okay.
these Saudi Arabian people, they will also not let me to go from this month because they have suspended all the flights. So this
Oh.
whole September I have kept for the gynecology only, separating and skimming, briefing, making all the summarizing the gynecological section. And October I'm going to do the obstetrics, and from November onwards I'll be doing all the questions and all these things.
Yeah.
But
Excellent approach.
I don't know what I can do it, but at least that gives me a little bit of satisfaction that when I'm skimming it out, skimming means separating the facts and the figures and making summarizing the whole thing. Now I can remember or retention, I can retain little bit. Previously I could not retain anything.
Yeah.
Everything was so much money dawdling and
Haphazard.
haphazard
Yeah.
that nothing
Yes, ma'am.
comfortable.
This is our revision time.
Yeah. Not even if not revision, just for you to understand like what are the important highlight points, and start solving the books along with the
Yes,
second
exactly.
revision.
Now, if you can give us questions module wise, some people, those who are appearing in the September, let them practice all, and if you can revise us, for example, each module wise, give us just questions. And per week, we are revising each module. For example, for gynae, the benign gynecology, oncogynecology, you just give us the questions on the benign gynecology.
All right, I'll post that. No problem.
So that will be very much helpful. Each section compartmentalize, each section is done, and again those will be appearing in the month of January, so they can do the whole part at a go from the month of November. If you can
Yeah.
give compartment wise means module wise questions as much as what you can gather, and we are also gathering the whole thing. But now once this summarization and facts and figures are separating, now we are feeling okay, things are little bit in the grip. Otherwise everything was totally out of the mind.
Exactly. Now the things are comprehending.
Now
The bigger
things are
thing-
getting little bit organized.
Yes.
Organized
Yes.
means, first of all, it was very difficult to find out what is the syllabus, means what we should read.
Yes,
There
ma'am.
was no idea of that. Now there is an idea that this is the material that we should read. And from that material, the next level is that to comprehend. Comprehend means to summarize, skim.
Yeah.
After skimming, then 30% for the facts, 30% for the figures and 70% for the facts.
Yeah.
So facts and figures are separated. Now you give us the questions module wise and we'll be solving it. So each module will be over, and from November onwards, you give us the overall questions till the exam. In the January or February.
Yeah. No. Exam is going to be in January. No more.
Yeah, January.
postponement.
They said January.
Yeah.
So from November onwards, you give us overall questions. And now you give us the module wise questions. Module means each section wise question.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start posting from benign gynae.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr.
Facts
Aksha,
separately and figures separately.
Yes, Paras?
as with the duties and also the responsibilities of the home,
Yes, I do
we are
understand.
not getting the time to make all the things to compile and get ready for the January exam. We mostly listen your lectures when we are doing home responsibilities. And is it okay? Because only from 24 hours, I think I get hardly 4 hours for study or 3 hours.
Paras, if you're getting 4 to 5 hours, trust me, it is more than enough. But on the last one, make sure that you get more time. Get off from your work in the month of January or from December, mid of December. Because that time you need to focus more, because at that time everything you have done, if you don't want to compile, because even I feel that I'm lazy in compiling the stuff. Like Dr.
Yes,
Bhaskar
I'm also not have much time to compile. Dr. Bhaskar is doing very
So
well.
I can give you, if you want, I can give you. The point is that I'm handwriting. I have no person to type it for me, so I'm handwriting, and probably you will not be able to understand my handwriting. But if you want, I can give you this benign part, all the compilation of the guidelines.
Thank you,
You
Dr.
please
Bhaskar.
share for us. You
No
please share
problem.
for us.
Sir,
No
especially
problem.
figures.
That is exactly I'm saying you. I'm saying exactly because the facts and figures are so intermixed with each other, very difficult to remember. And especially at this age of mine, I can't remember all these things unless until I separate it out.
Yes.
The point is that if one of you can take the responsibility of the each modules, so many minds and so many hands at a time we can do it, finish it faster. And once we have all the summary of all the guidelines like NICE and this GTD, so it will be very easy for us to revise at the last moment.
Because there is nothing, if you don't revise at the end moment, it's not going to be possible.
It is
Honestly,
just not
because
possible unless until we know that what is the facts and from where we are going to
Yes.
answer.
yes,
It will be not. I can give you the benign gynecology tomorrow itself because it is all ready for my side. Someone take up some other things. From today, I'm doing the contraception part. I'll be just skimming. Skimming means I'll make the summarizing all.
mhm. Yeah, so you all decide that anyone can take any of the, like any talk article or any guideline.
And at the last talk articles I'm making one article, one talk article, one page summary.
Yeah, that is also
In
good option.
each module that you have given us the lecture, comprising of NICE, GTD and TOG articles. And GTD should be thoroughly and very up and down, means it should be thoroughly revised and which should be thoroughly summarized, means so that you can remember every relevant points. And TOG articles, all the figures separately and the facts. Which I did the benign gynecological part, means the benign gynecology module I have done it, and I can easily distribute it, means if you rely on me I can give it to you.
Yeah, definitely share. They will definitely benefit from your work. They all will benefit.
You first give some so that we can understand how you are making it. Just for
Yes,
example, you
then
just
we-
put one.
Yes, then we can divide the topics between us.
That's what I'm saying. In this September month you can divide this gynecological part, you can finish it. October part, if something is there, we can finish the obstetric part, and from November onwards we can overall revise every day.
Yes, Dr.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Bhaskar.
Yeah.
You
Good
definitely
attempt.
will share it. Yeah.
Good initiative. Yeah.
What I meant to say, each GTD, NICE and TOG should be summarized all the relevant parts. Don't miss any relevant parts. All the buzzwords, all the materials means all these things. There is no need to give us very long sentences. All the relevant buzzwords and all the points should be there. So that if it is skimmed and short, it is psychologically also easy to handle this thing, or a 15-20 pages of each guidelines, very difficult to summarize from, read from the beginning.
Yeah.
I can give you, I can distribute or I can share you this benign gynecological part. You don't need to do this thing. If someone take up this September only, if someone can finish this gynecological part, October we'll be finishing this thing, and from your lectures and from this thing, all short, comprise short and summarized part.
Yes. Very good approach.
And you give us the module wise questions. So one module is done, we'll be solving the questions and we'll switch over to the thing. And from November onwards, you give us the overall, bombard us with all questions from all angles.
Okay. Yeah. So you're from tomorrow, which module should I post?
Post benign gynecology, because I have done this.
Okay. Post benign gynae. Because any module, I'll have to search and make a just a
No
PDF file
problem.
of them.
You collect from all the MCQ books that you have suggested us.
Yes, definitely.
From all the MCQ books, at least for 6 to 8 MCQ books, most relevant questions you give us because you have done it. So you give us at least 50 to 100 questions, we'll solve, and then we'll move to the next.
Yeah, I'll do it. No problem.
Hello,
Any
ma'am.
other thing from Any other thing from
Here,
my side? Yes, Chanda.
in this classification, I have a bit, still I am in confused. The total vaginal length, it is from hymen to farthest point of the posterior fornix.
Yeah, let's go back to there. No, it is TV. Now look, it is the depth of the vagina when point D or C is reduced to normal position. The whole length of the whole depth of the vagina is point D. In the exam, they will never ask you that what is TVL or what is point D or point C. They will have given you the values. You will have to calculate what stage it is.
Anyway, for all practical purpose, there are two classifications. One is a Bidenberger classification, another is this POPQ classification. For the
Yes,
POPQ classification, we need a measuring scale, or we need a Aya spatula. We measure the length, and after that, with that Aya spatula, we measure in the scale. And the point D is the maximum point.
Yes, point D is the maximum point.
So you insert an Aya spatula, reach to the maximum point, and take a measurement and compare with the scale outside. For all practical.
That is the total vaginal length.
Yeah, total TVL. Yeah. But the point D is the point of the Douglas, means it is inside the abdomen.
Or it is posterior fornix.
Yeah, or above the posterior fornix, where the peritoneal reflection is there.
It is from the tip of cervix, or?
No, it is not the tip of cervix. Tip of cervix is the point C in the anterior wall. But point D is more than tip of cervix. Posterior vaginal length is more than anterior vaginal length, and the D is in the point where the peritoneal reflection is going on. So it is more than, D is more than TVL.
Look, you can see here, this point D is marked as the fornix, vaginal fornix here. Okay. The peritone.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else I can do for all of you? I'll post the questions as much I can.
Yes, module wise.
Yeah, module
wise. Give us a module wise question.
Yeah, benign gynae. I'll just start from benign gynae. Any other thing?
Ma'am, that red cell antibodies guideline, ma'am, is it important for the exam? Ma'am, red cell antibodies.
Look, Uzma, you have now a good time. Till January, you have a good time. So you cannot miss anything. There's no point of missing any guideline. You have to do all, even if a single question comes from that guideline, I believe it is important. Because 1 mark is very important in the exam, precious.
Ma'am, few classes are remaining.
Yes, that Dr. Fahmida sessions are remaining. She will be taking it.
Okay.
Okay, so shall we end here?
Okay, ma'am.
So
Okay.
let me know your next plan and we can go ahead. Once it is benign is there, what you are going to do the next, so we can go according to your schedule also.
No,
If
I'm
you-
not going to, no. You all tell me that which module questions you want me to select, because I'm going to go through the books. I'm going to scan all the questions.
Yeah, that is what I'm
Whatever
saying.
module,
Because you
whatever
will also
module
take
you,
time to scan.
yes.
You will also
So whatever
reach-
module you say, which module next you all want me to do?
End of this week means on Friday or Saturday, you give us the questions on the benign gynecology.
Yes,
And I
yes.
hope somebody will take up the other gynecological side, other modules of the gynecological part. So end of that, we will consensually decide that this week will be given for this particular module, and end of that week you give that module.
Okay.
So under
So
the
you just post in the group that which module you all decide. I will post in this weekend. I will post benign gynae. For next week, you all tell me that which
So
module.
all of us will study that module in that week. We finish that and we solve your answer. We'll
Yeah.
separately send our question, separately send our answer to your email, and you
Yeah,
separately
sure.
give.
Yeah, I can separately also give you the feedback. No problem if you
Yeah,
message me
separately you
privately
give
as
us the feedback.
well.
So it will
Sure,
be
no
a
problem.
complete. And in the beginning of the week, you will tell that this week is for particular this module. So all of us will read the same module in the same week. And at the end, you give us the questions. We'll separately give you the answer in your email and you give us the feedback.
Okay, agreed.
Ma'am, do it positively, please.
Yeah, sure. Why will not I do? The answer is going to be
No,
inclusive.
that is the point. Since we are getting 2 or 3 months extra, so
We
let
should
us
make it benefit out of it.
let us benefit in such a way that every part is taken care of.
Yes.
And if we don't understand anything, we will request you to explain that.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
If this
Just
part is
post
not
it,
very
yeah.
clear, we can make a joint discussion after that
Exactly.
module. After that module, everybody will contribute, everybody will discuss, and I think a consensus definition or consensus result will come out.
Yeah, definitely. We can have a Zoom meeting if
Yeah,
nothing is
Zoom
clear.
meeting is very simple to make a Zoom meeting.
Yeah,
Zoom, Google Meet, anything.
yeah.
So Saturday night you can give us the question on the benign gynecology.
Yeah.
Probably the next week we can make it on the oncology or contraception or something like that. All the gynecological module, each 1 week for each module, and you let us finish this thing.
All right. Okay. Agreed.
Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. Anything else I can do for all of you from my side?
You can do everything. You are our follower, Messiah.
No, you all are my ambassadors. You'll make us proud. You'll make me proud, and my team. Everyone is working behind you, all of you. No, inshallah, you all will do it.
Oh, let us make that's what I'm saying. If we can make it in a systematic way, I think we will be able to retain things, and the most important part is the retention. Retention is a big problem for us because these all things which we don't use every day is easy to forget. And now the only part is to hammer it inside the brain as much as possible, and not only hammering, retention and discussion retention.
Yes. And with discussion, you remember more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you,
Good
ma'am.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye. Take care.
Bye.